fans' perspective. Oh, and he's wrapping around here, going around the barrier. He's going through the crowd here at TD Garden to try to get to Punk. This is outrageous. Out in the middle, back into the...
We are back with a brand new episode of Weekly Roundup. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, immediately following Saturday night's main event. So let's get into it. We kicked off the show with CM Punk, and he calls out Rollins, and he basically comes out. These two have a banter back and forth, and of course they have a brawl that just kept going. We had Seth and Punk running around the arena just to fight each other. You have had the security guards, the WWE officials trying to break the two up, and the match later in the night was made official between Seth Rollins and CM Punk on the debut episode, Raw on Netflix, January 6th. Can't wait to see it. But after that, we had Braun Breaker going up against Ludwig Kaiser for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a great match, but Braun Breaker was able to get a victory over Ludwig Kaiser to retain the Intercontinental Championship. But what a match from Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker. But next, we have Rhea Ripley coming face to face with Liv Morgan. We had their altercation at the end of Liv's match at Saturday night's main event. Now Liv came out to the ring, and then of course Rhea hit her music hit, and she came out and she kept it simple, sweet and simple. She just said that she's the number one contender. She's had a talk with Adam Pearce. She's now the number one contender, and basically that's her title. She's coming to get it, and the only thing she's gonna be left with was with that boy Dominic Mysterio, that chicken tendy loving Dominic Mysterio. That's all you're gonna be left with, because she's taking her title. And I don't know, is this match gonna be made for Raw on Netflix too? I think everything's being made for Raw on Netflix, but wonderful segment right there. But we're gonna kick off even further in the show with Zoe Stark pulling out a win over Raquel Rodriguez. You know, the one that's been following Liv Morgan around. I thought she was going to pick up the win, but she got a win over both Raquel Rodriguez and Kaden Carter to advance in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Great win for Zoe Stark of PFC, and looking forward to see if she may be that one, or maybe to at least get to the finals of the Intercontinental Championship tournament. But next up, we had the main event. We had a fiery World Tag Team title match between Judgment Day and the War Raiders. And my friends, we have new champions in the War Raiders. The terrible championship reign from Judgment Day has finally come to an end. Even though they had lost one time before, they got their lick back, and they have new tag team championships on their waist, around their waist. And it was with a little help from Damian Priest. Finn Balor in the match, he was going to get a chair, he was going to cheat a little bit to help get the win, but Damian stopped him, and after that it went downhill from there. And now we have new champions. I think it's going to be a new era, especially going into Raw on Netflix. I think with Raw, I believe going back to 3 hours, we're going to have a lot more time to allow the women's tag division as well as the men's to shape out to be pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing it come in the new year. But great show. I believe they're gonna have the double taping this week, so next week will be pre-taped. Don't look at the spoilers, folks, unless you're ready to see it. But great episode. Nothing too drastic, but the title change is something that you love to see, especially when it was for those World Tag Team titles that a lot of people have been complaining about. But hopefully, with the War Raiders being the champions, those titles will be elevated and the tag division will be set on fire once again. But with that being said, folks, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I sure know I did. Catch us next week. God be willing, for a brand new episode to recap Raw. Check out for Friday Night SmackDown's recap, hopefully later this week, God be willing. Check out Mr. Minute, matchup, all over this past weekend, as well as the Saturday night main event recap. And until next time, also remember that Jesus loves you, so do I. He loves you no matter how far you're gone. You're not too far gone for God. Just take your concerns, your worries, your cares to him. Because, my friend, he loves you. He cares about you. So until next time, folks, Jesus loves you and so do I. Take care. And God bless.